WTLJ, it's 5:43 with Rocky Allen, and in the studio with us, Tina Turner. How you doing?
I'm fine. You?
I'm doing fine. You look great.
Thank you.
But you always look good, so that's not a
Well,
surprise.
I work really hard, so.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're in here. We really appreciate you coming in.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Now, you just drove in. You're sitting on your hiney for a little while. Long drive in. How was that?
Philadelphia all the way in. But we were listening, and you're sounding great.
Well, thanks very much. And you're going to be coming in town here.
That's right.
And, in fact, they just gave me some of this. So let me tell you about this. We have... Where's my little sheet here?
You're talking about the tour, aren't we?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're going to be at Radio City July 12th, 13th, 14th, 16th, and 17th. It's a lot of dates.
That's exactly perfect for New York City, huh?
It's a great place
Everybody
to
will
play,
get a chance to... Yeah.
It's a great room. And special guest Lindsey Buckingham will be there. And that's on July 12th and 13th. Chris Isaac on the 14th, 16th, and 17th. Tickets, by the way, are on sale this coming Sunday, May 2nd at 10 a.m. So it's Tina Turner.
Well, you've done it all for me, then I don't have to do it.
And you haven't toured here in 6 years.
6 years.
Now, how come?
Well, had some problems with a record company. I've changed record companies, and the music wasn't going so good here. And what else? I took a little bit of time off. And let's see, what else can I tell you? Why else? That's the only explanation I can give you.
And why have you decided to tour now?
Well, for the same reason. Record company, new, soundtrack album, movie being made of my life.
Right.
And I just decided to, since it's all one package, why not do a little bit of work?
That's right. The movie, it's called...
What's Love Got to Do with It?
Right. And it's based on your book.
Yeah, Tina. And so, what else can I tell you? It's all built around the tour, the movie, the new record company for promotion, getting to meet the people, and just coming back home to do a little bit of work.
You like doing it? You like touring a lot?
No, not touring a lot. This feels a little bit more special because it's different circumstances with new people, and it's nice to really say hello after being away for a long time. You know?
So, and we live in a couple of different places.
Well,
You're back over here.
A couple of different places.
Right now, right?
I'm back over here this year. That's right.
So that's the deal. You like to bruise that MasterCard, and you figured, well, maybe...
Perfect description.
So maybe I should go out and pat it a little bit. And of course, people love the show. And I was reading about you today. I didn't realize how much of an influence you had with the Rolling Stones, and how much that they watched you and you taught them, and they copied your style when they were just a little bar band.
It's kind of a support there the whole time. Like the first time we opened, and they introduced us to their market, and ever since then, and then I've always covered their music. And I think Mick Jagger wasn't dancing until actually we toured with him, and that sort of inspired him. But they've always kind of been there for me some kind of way.
By the way, we're talking to Tina Turner if you just joined us. What was it like the first time when you were touring with the Stones, and you know, they have their kind of audience, and you go out there and what was it like to play in front of their audience?
It started in England, and it was my first trip there because they invited me to be on that tour when River Deep Mountain High was a hit there. And, I think I was a little bit overdressed for the rock and roll crowd, high heels and feathers on my dress and all of that. I changed the look a little bit later after being with the Stones. But I always noticed this big-faced, big-lipped white boy watching from a corner.
Yeah, I remember reading about it. I've never seen a white boy with lips like that.
I never knew when he was standing back there. I didn't know who he was or what he was doing, just always just looking intensely. You know? And then finally he walked into the dressing room, not knocking. Hey, what's going on? And then they said, this is Mick Jagger. And it's been like sort of a family thing ever since, you know, dancing with us in the dressing room and playing around, getting the movements, you know.
Yeah, because in fact, they had mentioned that until they saw you perform.
Yeah.
They when they saw you perform, they said that's how a show should be.
Yeah.
And you actually taught them, because they pretty much would just go out and stand around and play their music, and they said...
Well, we had been touring for such a long time. Ike and Tina and the Ikettes, girls dancing, a really good running order, action, and that's what we were known for. Yeah.
So you had an influence on them, and you stayed in contact with them.
Yeah.
And now, when you got your record deal, when you started again back in '86, when you got the big awards and all that,
with Capitol,
people weren't. They were hesitant to give you a record deal.
Yeah.
And then these guys saw you, and they said, "No, this is wrong. We've got to cut music."
I think it sort of came by that I practically had the record deal with an executive that had just been taken out, Rupert Perry, he had been sent back to England, and the new president of the company had decided, well, we're not sure that we can do something with her. That was the problem in America. No one knew what to do with me. And so David Bowie was with Capitol, and after the signing, they wanted to take him out to dinner, and he said to them that he was going to see his favorite singer, Tina Turner, and they all went, oh, well, we'll come along. And what did they see was the Ritz was packed. People, well, I was shocked, too. I was thinking, who did they come to see? They came to see me. It was a great show, and I got a record deal from it. So you see, it all still comes from the foreigners a little bit. Yeah.
And they were the ones that
started it all.
That recognized you at the beginning.
Absolutely.
And when you do all this, like when you're when you start with these guys and they bring you around, and you get stumped for a while, how does that feel, the fact that here you were with these guys way back when, suddenly you split up, and then they say, we can't use you anymore. We don't need you for a record deal. Here you were helping these people. You were with them, and then you're on your own. They say, no, you're no good anymore. We can't do anything with you. Because you were the first female to really be out there doing that stuff.
Yeah, but you know what happens in the business? It's kind of expected. Nothing is ever for sure. But the only thing that you can depend on is a hit record here. And I think everyone knows that, and everyone is accepting that as a fact. And that's just how it is.
It's Tina Turner. She's in the studio with us. I'm going to play something. We've got some of your stuff. Now, we started off with a montage that Tony put together for
That was wonderful, Tony. Thank you very much for that.
And we got the new stuff. We'll play that.
Okay.
And we'll talk about the movie, too, so we'll give you a chance to catch your breath. Okay. 555 PLJ 553. It's Rocky Ellen. In the studio with us is Tina Turner, who's going to be at Radio City Music Hall July 12th through the 16th. And also expected in July at the Garden State Arts Center. Now, she has a new single, I Don't Want to Fight, it's from the soundtrack, What's Love Got to Do It. Now, there's some stuff you've done before and then a couple of new songs on this?
Yeah.
And the
stuff done before is all of the old stuff dating back from 1960. That was the early hits of Ike and Tina. Fool in Love Is Gonna Work Out Fine. Some covers I did, Shake a Tail Feather, Disco Inferno. Blues, You Know I Love You Baby, Rock Me Baby. And then it moves right into... What's Love Got to Do With Is there. River Deep Mountains High is there. Then the new ones, which is I Don't Want to Fight, and Bryan Adams wrote one called Why Must We Wait Till Tonight. And Terry Britton and Graham Lyle wrote Stay a While. So those are three new ones.
Okay. And we'll be playing one of the new ones coming up here in just a bit. Now, the movie is based on your book. And I read something where you're a little concerned about making sure it stays right with the life. Did they take some...
Well, it was 20 years all put into 2 hours.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a great concern, I think, even for them, how they would pull it together. But we got word from Disney, and they've had a few screenings, and they're extremely excited about it.
Are you happy about it coming out?
No. It was something that I was hoping would sort of be put to bed after the book, And Disney did buy the rights for it a few years ago, but I didn't think it would be done quite so soon. I'm honored in that sense, but to bring it all up again, it's like a nightmare.
You just want to move on with your life.
Yeah.
Now, in it, do you have any say-so in it at all? Do you get to see what's going on with it?
Well, I had a few scripts. I met Angela, and actually I helped Disney to decide on that Angela should be the part.
Now, Angela's the one that's playing you.
Yeah.
Who was
Angela Bassett. She was in...
Malcolm X, wasn't she?
Yeah, the wife of Malcolm X. She was the wife of Larry Fishburne in Boys in the Hood. And also, what was there? There was one other one. The mother of the Jacksons. So she's doing quite well.
And you're happy with her playing you?
Yes, I thought she was...
Do you have any thought of wanting to play yourself?
Oh, no. I played that part. I don't need to play it a second time.
You lived it. I don't want to play it. I lived it. Well, I want to ask you about that. What about, do you want to do more acting?
Oh, I'd love to do parts like Mad Max and really adventurous warrior woman kind of things, but not really normal things. I've been normal long enough. If I'm going to act, I want to act.
Now, you turned down The Color Purple, too, right?
Yeah, well, that was normal, crying and singing and church, and I've done a lot of that. I've done a little bit. I have a very small part, and when I tell you what it is, you'll know why. I played the mayor of New York City in the Schwarzenegger movie. That's was it Last Action Hero?
Yeah, that's coming out.
Yeah. But I was trying to get his attention to ask him not to do something, and I just sort of got pushed out of the way like everybody else. So it was very brief.
It was a cameo.
It was a cameo in more ways than one.
Well, it's Tina Turner now. We've got your new song, and if you stand by just a second, we'll play it for you.
Depends the mood. depending on what I'm doing, it gets me going.
But as a rule, you don't sit around and crank up the radio or
I don't
walk
turn
around.
the music on every morning. No, I like it quiet in the morning. It usually starts about in the late afternoon, 3 o'clock, 4, if I play music at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then in cars, usually I like a little bit of music. But, it's my life and I'm around it all the time, so I don't need it to get me going all the time when I'm not working.
Do you have any hobbies?
Haven't had time for any.
Other than bruising the MasterCard. I was reading about that, too. I was reading where you buy designer clothes and you buy, like, a double in case, like, the cleaner snags it, which is a good idea.
Well, you know what? When you're traveling, things happen. You soil something,
Right.
and the dry cleaners ruin it, or I don't lose things at all. But there's only certain pieces that I truly love that I buy doubles off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, husbands won't do that for wives, and I know that's impossible, but girls, you have to work on that.
Go ahead.
So, no, I like working. When I'm not on stage, I bicycle riding I like, some gardening, and I just do a lot of nothing, just a lot of little nothings. But I don't play tennis or ride, or I like to start riding. But it all takes a bit of time, and I never have the time, because as soon as it's really settled into doing nothing and thinking about doing something, so there's an offer that's coming in that I shouldn't refuse a lot of times, so I just go and just work.
Do you have any idols? Did you have?
I'm sure I do. You caught me at a point now where, well, that was in the past when I was very young, Nancy. No, still, I still actually admire and look up to Jackie Onassis. And, well, I'm just sort of a loving person. I like a lot of people. And
I want to ask you one question. In this article that was just out in Vanity Fair, and I want to read this because I want to get the exact quote. You said you see classy ladies, quote unquote, classy ladies, in places like Armani, and they say you look great. And you said it makes you feel glad to be accepted by another class of people. Now, what is it? Because I get the feeling that you don't consider yourself like the people that would shop. I mean, you're in there shopping there.
You know what I should have said? Actually, I missed saying is they said you've been a great inspiration to women. And I haven't been thinking of inspiring people because I've been out there working. And I never thought in terms of inspiring people because I've been doing what usually inspire people. And it's just survival for me.
Right.
And so that's why I didn't put myself into another class in that respect. Usually these people don't do anything except
shop.
That's all they have to do. I'm working.
They didn't earn that money.
They didn't earn it.
That's
It came easy for them. I'm sure they have some stripes, but that is what I mean by the levels of people that's in that class of people that will come up and say that you inspire them. It makes you feel kind of good, That's what I meant to say.
Now, when you think about that, inspiring people, like because you've inspired, women to continue on and sing and be performers, and men too. There was not a lot of women that inspired male rockers to do that. I mean,
well, I'm glad I don't think like that, because then I might get full of myself, and I don't want to be that kind of person. I want to stay how I think. I think it's healthy. It's fair to me. It's how I truly am. I don't think of myself as just God is God. I'm a normal, down to earth person, and that's how I am, and I don't want to be any other way.
Well, folks, I wish you could see it. You're unbelievable looking.
Thank you.
If I look that way when I'm 40, which will never happen, unbelievable. You look great.
Thank you.
And really, thanks for coming in and being part of the show.
Interview. Thank you.
And I'll tell you one more time real quickly. You're going to be at the Radio City and over across the river over in Jersey, too. But Radio City, July 12th through the 17th, and some pretty good guests with you, too.
Yes, I
Got
think
some
so.
very good people.
It'll be a good show.
It will be. Congratulations on the movie coming out and the success and all that. And,
Thank you.
And have a great time.
All right, you going to come out and see me?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll be up there. I'll be the one throwing some money.
Okay.
It's Tina Turner. Thanks a lot for being on the program.
Thank you.
It's 6:21 at PLJ. Which is called What's Love Got to Do with It. Now, is the soundtrack the same name?
Yes. It's supposed to have got to do with it as well.
And it's due out
the 15th of June.
15th of June.
Right.
Okay. So, as we told you, Tina's going to be at Radio City July 12th through the 17th. Now, you've been on tour, record crowds over
yes.
in Europe, right?
Yes, yes. Well, actually, I should have said that when you asked me in the beginning. What have I been doing? I've been working. I've been working an incredible tour. There's an album called Foreign Affair, and the collection of all the dates there, I drew some 3 million people. And during that time, I also went, that same period, I went to Brazil. One-nighter, one show, and I drew 182,000 people.
That's a lot of folks in one place.
To stand there on my own for the first time, and I've always felt, what does it feel like for the Stones and those guys to stand in those stadiums and draw all of those people? And it's, it's kind of like that when you have a number of people on the show, but when it's just one person. Then I thought, well, how do I know they're really watching? And then I raised my hand to wave, and it was like a big fan blowing all of these people waving.
You keep that up. Too much body heat.
But it was chilling. I chill every time I think about it. Those are the times that I won't forget. Just fantastic.
Well, they've always embraced you in Europe so well, and you've always stayed working over there, too.
Yeah, they supported me so well.
That is part of that, you think, because you had a really good start over there, back with the early rock and rollers?
Yeah, that. It's just a combination of how I think Europe is, they support you. If they get behind you, they stay there and wait for you to come back. And when you come back with music, they're just there. It's like the producers. I had a problem getting a producer, of course, and record company here at home, and I went over there, and everybody was just right there for me. So it was just luck for me that success is success. You can't complain where it comes from.
Right.
And that's been a good area for me. The people there have been really good to me.
But that's got to be amazing standing up in front of that many people.
Oh, yes.
And have them right at the palm of your hand.
Yeah, each time I just tried to check just to see if they were there.
If it was me, I'd just say, empty your pockets. Do it for Tina. I mean, if you got that much power, please just throw your money. I don't want your room keys. Don't throw your dirty underwear. Just throw me the cash. And I'll be by with a Hoover and sweep it up, and I'll be on my way.
Well, he said that. I didn't.
Yeah, that's right.
I was a mixture.
When you see her at Radio City, just do it. Do it. I say I like that. Now, also, and I know you don't like to talk about it, you have your boyfriend is over there, right? He's overseas.
Yeah.
And where you guys are. Now, what's the deal? I was reading this. It took it took him 2.5 years to figure out that you had the hots for him?
Where am I? Save me, please. Well, I was indecisive a bit because he was rather young, 18 years younger than me, and I wasn't sure that I wanted that
see,
kind
for you,
of
it's going to take that kind of a man.
So I took my time and I waited just to see if he would possibly see me, but he's those people are business, and the work is the work. And, well, I was business, too. I was busy with another kind of work. So it took time for me to make the approach and then actually to reel it in. So that's just kind of happened.
2.5 years, though.
Well, you look and then you travel. I wasn't there every day. I was traveling. I was working on the music and the little tour here and there. And each time I had a look. And the look got better and better. And then I thought, well, it's time for me to make my move. And so, well, he doesn't like me to talk about it, so I have to stop now.
Okay.
I'll be in trouble.
All right, let me just ask one more question. No, because you did set him up, though, didn't you? I mean, you had a final plan to hook him, right?
Oh, my God. I'm in trouble now. No, I didn't set him up. I did not. I was just
But you
working.
had a plan.
Well, I had a plan. What? You must have a plan.
Right. And you snared him. Isn't he kicking himself in the butt thinking, what was it, 2.5 years? I could have been with her. And what am I thinking?
No, he's that independent and very strong. He felt like he needed to do it himself. So I made it look like he did it. So that's
smart. That's smart.
Just play the game sometimes,
And so everything's very happy. You guys are doing quite well.
Yeah, we're really connected. It's a really comfortable, loving relationship.
Now, when you tour, does he tour with you? Or because I know he's working, but does he try to take some time off to?
Yeah, when he can. He's a busy man now, but we're okay with our separations because it started like that. When we got together, I was gone and there, and he's busy this year, and so am I. And I won't have any free time, but he will have more than I will. So he will pop out here and there. And he likes coming to America as well. So it's good because we get to miss each other a little bit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, now I know if I don't ask this question, women are going to annoy me. How do you keep your thighs like that? Greatest thighs in show business.
You said that like you've been insinuating something.
Great thighs. I am not a... See, it's my look.
Thighs.
You've got great thighs, and everybody... How do you do that? Is that natural? Do you do...
Well, okay, I've been traveling for years, dancing, singing.
Right.
Natural aerobics. But they were always like this also, so I just kept them this way.
It sounds like little pony steps you take on stage, those half steps.
Those little half steps.
It's like mini squats. That's what does it.
That's exactly.
I like
that's
that.
a perfect little one.
See, so
Little
that's
mini
it.
squats. But you got to do them for about 30 years.
Yeah, for a long time. About 2 hours a night.
In
and
high
it works
heels,
out.
right?
Exactly.
And that's what
See,
does
that
it.
alone.
That's
You
right.
keep your balance, I think, is amazing in that stuff. It's 6:09 at PLJ in the studio with us. The lovely, the talented Tina Turner is with us. So we'll just